Witches! It's WitchAngelNekora, and welcome back to Pesterquest. First episode, we helped out John, and we even got all the endings, apparently, because, we got talked down to by his father, quietly, basically. Made John have an existential crisis, and then we eventually became his friend. Also, I'm so sorry if you hear me stuttering over my words in the first one because I was reading a little bit too fast, and that's the thing about me. I apparently stutter and screw up words when I talk too fast. I'll try to slow down this time, but we're gonna go on. Oh, sorry, I like poking things. We're gonna go ahead and go back into this. And we're going to go to something beyond the sky with Rose. On the advice of your new friend John, you go to visit one of his close comrades. Closely figuratively speaking, since it seems she lives all the way on the other side of the country. That's no problem for you, though, since your new powers let you hop anywhere, anytime, even to places that don't even exist. Well, you'd think your powers let you do that. You do have this distinct metatextual feeling that you could pretty much go anywhere at this point. You know that doesn't make sense. Oh, there's Rose's house. There's nothing that doesn't make sense about friendship, though. And that's exactly what you're about to do. Friendship, that is. You're about to go do some friendship by making a new friend. Her name is, you check your notes, Rose. This is her house, apparently. Looks kind of weird and modern, and it's situated in the middle of the woods for no good reason you could think of. Also, it's pouring rain, which is not what you would describe as ideal friend-making conditions. Still, nothing stops the mailman, not from delivering mail nor making friends. Rather famously, rain and the other similar weather patterns provide no deterrent to the performance of his duty. And there's no duty more important than friendship. Rose! Man, the artist who drew her? Y'all did an amazing job, because she looks beautiful. Suddenly, a woodland girl approaches. Who goes there? Oh, it's your new friend Rose, obviously. There is literally no one else this could be. You introduce yourself. You're the cool mailman from who John told her to expect a visit from soon. You would doff your mail hat to signal a friendly greeting, except recently you accidentally dropped it into a sewer along with all your other mail-specific clothes, as well as all the mail you were supposed to deliver, as explained to her gratuitously in an unconvincing manner. It's not a great start, you admit, but you've done much worse. You are not a mailman. Yikes! You were busted almost immediately! You briefly consider whether you should double down on the lie and try to say something mailman-like, or whether the right call is to come clean since she's clearly too smart for this amateur bullcrap. But it's taking a few seconds too long for you to decide, which looks guilty as hell. That's it. Jig is up. You slouch in defeat. You ask her if she would please consider not telling John. Your heart couldn't take it if you found out your entire friendship was based on a lie. You want me to keep a secret from one of my best friends, to protect the feelings of a random buffoon, who I've never even met, and arbitrarily showed up to my house in the remote wilderness like a creep? Let's save. A good tip when it comes to these visual novels? Save. A lot. Yes. Yes, that's what you want. It's an interesting proposition, if for no other reason than its audacity. I admire your resolve in the face of humiliation. It doesn't mean we're friends, though. Oof, rough. Well, it's fine. You're hopeful. Your mind is fuzzy, but you think you remember this. You're good at this. You're excellent at making people like you understand underhanded means. Or actually, sorry, I'm tired, so my brain's like. You're excellent at making people like you through underhanded means. I can't wait to take advantage of this 13-year-old girl's goodwill. What, Pumpkin? Can y'all rephrase that? That sounded a little bit pedo. Okay, wow, not like that. Let's not be freaking weird. In fact, let's read the last creepy joke here for comical purposes. That's grade jokes only. Let's all get our brains out of the gutter. Thank you. Rose raises a thin brow. There's something unsettling about her deep violet eyes. You're pretty sure most humans don't have eyes like that. What the frick do you know? You're a stranger around these parts. Well, actually, Liz Taylor, before she died, had violet eyes. It's one of the rarest natural eye colors you can get. Wait, aren't you a human too? Whatever, it's not a big deal. Not when there are friends to be made. Or something. Do you want to come inside? Unless I'm interrupting your internal monologue, of course. Far be it for it to ever cut short any navel-gazing sidebar. It's just ever so slightly wet out here. You would absolutely love that. If it's not too much trouble, of course. You wouldn't want to put Rose out. You're lying, though. You're 100% fine with being absolutely infuriating obnoxious if it means making a friend. Rose purses her lips, considering. Your predilections towards memory and mimicry were all that John told me about. Oh. Let's hope she said good things about us. He also said that you had certain powers. Powers of teleportation and time travel. I told him that he must be mistaken, since it's a well-known and accepted fact that magic, although a popular and highly engaging subject of fiction, is fake as hell. Rose, you're talking to a witch. Magic is real. Trust me. Oh, your zappy powers? No, those are totally real and not fake. Real in a different way than you being a mailman is real, since that is actually made up. Is that so? Prove it. He shrugged, pulled out a hand, and after a moment of hesitation, Rose puts her fingers in yours. Her nails are long and sharp and painted a glossy black. She closes her eyes and her umbrella droops. Should I picture my room, or something similar? I'm not quite sure how this is supposed to work. She still thinks you're freaking with her. You tell her that you guess that she can do that if she wants. Zip! We're in her room and I freaking love her room! Dude! The Cthulhu on the wall, on her little shelf there, the dragons on the wall. Rose, can I live with you for a while? You look so cool with this room. I love it. I'm sorry, I fangirl over anything mystical, weird, crazy, insane, macabre, gothic, etc. I feel like I have the soul of a Victorian woman or something. Like a Victorian era. Just wow. You zap the two of you inside the big modern house, and when you open your eyes, you find yourself in a large, messy bedroom. Oh. She drops her umbrella. You really did that. Rose stands in the center of her room in full rain gear. Her boots track muddy prints into the thick white carpet. Surprise! You really are magic. Rose puts a small hand against her perfectly painted black lips. She seems momentarily lost for words, and you get the feeling that this is not a thing that happens very often. Her eyes are wide and deeply purple. They're sparkling, you might even say. Hold on, I'll be right back. Stay here. Don't go out into the hall. It's not safe. You tell Rose to take her time. You're happy to just be standing here dripping onto a nice clean floor. Excuse me. Never drink soda before recording. She leaves the room and you take the opportunity to examine your surroundings a little more closely. The bed is unmade, books are strewn out over the floor carelessly, and a collection of half-drunk cups of coffee crowd the desk. That sounds identical to my room, actually. Except there's no giant dresser that houses both an altar and the modem and router Nor is there a chair in the room holding my dark room shadow armor, or a wall covered in cosplay. Half-finished knitting projects lie in soft piles all over the room. In fact, there's a lot of evidence that this room is often occupied by someone with a lot of interest, who has trouble settling down and putting her attention to one thing at a time. How do they know? I'm the same freaking way. I mean, I actually have a unfinished cosplay dress on my bed, next to my Switch, and next to a pile, actually a pack of cookies, next to the stuff I use for TikTok, and next to a book I've been reading. Yeah, I'm pretty much Rose. Man, you relate. Not with interest, but friends. You can't imagine settling for just one. Yeah, friends are like Pringles. Once you pop, you cannot stop. Rose has a number of posters on her walls, although nowhere as near as many as her friend John. A calendar hangs beside the window. Days ticked off, little X's, all the way up to 4/13, which is circled. Which, by the way, is Homestuck Day! What's funny is on my phone, every 4/13, it reminds me Homestuck's anniversary. You step closer to read the year date up in the corner. 2009. What the hell do you care about the date? You make friends any day this damn week. Rain or shine, night or day. That's the year I lost my mom. Wow. Rose sure is taking a while out there. She told you it wasn't safe out in the hall. Maybe she hadn't just been quipping. Maybe she's actually in trouble. What should you do? I'm gonna save again, because, like John, there may be multiple endings. I'm going to stay put. Your patience pays off almost at once. Rose is back and looking significantly more put together. Also, she's brought you a towel. Here. I'm not overly attached to anything in here. It's mostly just childish nonsense I haven't bothered to rid myself of. But I'd appreciate it if you tried not to drip on any of the notebooks. She has changed out of her raincoat and boots, and now she's dressed in a neat black skirt with a white shirt with a purple blob thing with tentacles. Why does the kids in the blob shirts? Excuse me? I happen to like her shirt. I think it's a squiddle, but more like a Cthulhu squiddle. I forgot what it's called. It's been a while since I've even been on the Homestuck Wiki, so pardon me. No, that's dealt with. Please sit down. She crosses her legs. You suddenly feel like you're at a job interview, friend interview. You wish you were a little less thick. Actually, let's switch places. You're still pretty wet. You really don't want to get her bedspread messed up. Don't worry about it. That's what washing machines are for. Now let's talk about magic, which up until now I have always taken for granted as something being confined to storybooks. Rose takes a wistful look around her bedroom window, grayed over and blurry with raindrops. You get the feeling that she's doing it for effect. Maybe that's why she wanted you to switch places with her. And then comes you, the non-mailman with a penchant for showing up and attempting to make friends with unwitting children. Well, fair, she got you there, but honestly, she might be a child, but she doesn't really seem to be unwitting. On the contrary, she's really quite witty. I'm glad you noticed. She folds her hand and clears her throat. You think that if she had any notes, she'd be shuffling them. And so, the question remains. Are you a good witch? Or a bad witch? Are you a wizard? We already established that you are not a public servant. Well, Rose, I am a good witch. I dabble in gray magic, meaning my magic is neither light nor dark. Because not all light magic is good and not all black magic is evil. It's all a matter of perception, because you can use dark magic to heal and light magic to harm. All you gotta do is follow your own craft, follow your path, and, if you're an eclectic witch, go at it. If you're a Gardenian, if you follow the Gardenian way, go for it. I myself am a Wiccan and a witch, because you don't have to be a witch to be a Wiccan, and you don't have to be a Wiccan to be a witch. You can be both, or you can be neither. It's all a matter of how you do it. Is there a difference between a witch and a wizard? Yes, because witches exist and wizards do not. Unless you count Harry Potter. Because witch is a gender-neutral term. Of course there is. But exactly how specific of a difference can vary. According to some works of fiction, a wizard is just a witch's male counterpart. But in certain mythologies, for instance Arthurian legend, the difference appears to be class-based. Wizards reside at court and are classically trained, while witches are self-taught and run wild through the forest. I think you're thinking of being a pagan, like pagan or Norse witches. I mean, sure. Wicca and being a witch are both nature-based, because you can go out and commune with spirits and all that good stuff, but Rose, you've been reading way too much fiction. I won't deny that these differences tend to be often gendered as well. You ask her which one she is, a witch or a wizard. Me? Rose shifts, uncrossing and recrossing her legs. You shrug and say that she just seems to know a lot about them. I know a thing or two. But can I tell you a secret? Oh my god, Rose. She has no idea how much you would love to hear her secret. I find them wizards. I mean, utterly reprehensible. Witch, please. And they disgust me. Everything from their foppish robes to their grizzled beards. It's my mother who is the wizard enthusiast in this house. Although, she glances from side to side theatrically. Most of the things Rose does seem to be at least a little bit theatrical. She kneels on the carpet beside the clutter of books. I don't show these to many people. Actually, I haven't shown them to anyone. Not even John? John seemed to be a pretty cool guy. Definitely a guy worth sharing a few secret notebooks with. Rose laughs. No, I haven't shown him to John, and I've only shown Strider to punish him. You nod, pretending that you know who this Strider person is. You are a totally normal dude with an absolutely ungodly number of friends. I'll believe that when potatoes fly! A shadow moves through the center of you. A trembling moment of deja vu. You do have a lot of friends, don't you? And that feels true. But the only people you know here are John and now Rose. Weird. You try to put it from your mind and listen to Rose again. She's still talking about this mysterious Strider, flipping through one of the journals, too, quickly for you to even see anything specific. Only that it is full from cover to cover. As if my modest writings are the only sole source of homoerotic tension in his life, when his brother is the only one who insists on filling their home with a sort of dick butt for ironic purposes. Rose rolls her eyes. The Smuppets! Oh! Oh boy, you missed the beginning of that. It probably made way more sense than it seemed like. Rose is searching through her notebooks, checking markings on the spine. It seemed to be some sort of cataloging system of arcane symbols. Where is... Oh, right. She does something quick and complex with her fingers. And another notebook pops into existence and falls into her lap. You gape. She really was a wizard. The term is witch! What? It's just a Silodex. A child could use one. Here. This notebook has a couple drawings in it, but most of it is filled with small, neat handwriting in lavender ink. Is Rose writing a book? No, don't be silly. I'm writing 4 books at least. 5, depending on whether I decide to flesh out Callimastus' backstory. It isn't strictly necessary, but it does add a certain amount of valuable character insight, which renders their actions in later volumes more sympathetic. Not that I need all my anti-heroes to be sympathetic. I'm just thinking what the literary reviewers would say. You nod. Smart. You never thought of what the literary reviewers would say. She's honestly pretty impressive for someone her age. Age has nothing to do with it. But don't get carried away. It's just a rough draft. You ask her if you could take a look. She hesitates, but you doubt what she would have shown if she. You doubt if she would have shown it to you if she didn't want you to look. What the hell? You can't trust a strange spherical imprint you met outside in the rain. Who can you trust? Right? Your thoughts exactly. Rose hands you the notebook and you open it at random, letting fate guide your hands. Friglish followed his beard, as if unkinking a hitch in a long silk windsock. A more pedestrian audience would parse the exhibit as nervous compulsion, behavior to the petition, contempt among the reasonable. He was, however, not surrounded by the reasonable, but the wise, a distinction in men that would forever be the difference in history's garland of treasured follies. As a matter of fact, his cadre of fellow wizards were all putting similar moves on their beards as well. The practice would evince thoughtfulness, sagacity even, if they didn't do it all the time. Standing in line at the bank, shooting squirrels from bird feeders, few occasions were safe. Oh boy. Zazapan inspected the clue, a single piece of evidence cradled in his courageous old man palms. It was a human bone, not striking in the tale it told alone, so much as that told, by the thousands like it festooning in the marshy soul of the mass grave. The grisly expanse bore the texture of a decadent dessert, like one of Smarty's formidable custard trifles, all put out on wheels for the holidays, to the dismay of a small nation. "You're certain of this?" asked Friglish. Despite what he was doing with his beard, he was in fact immersed in meaningful contemplation. "I'm afraid that I'm becoming more so with each terrible tick, roused by that gaudy timepiece slung around your neck." In case it wasn't clear, Friglish wore a clock Zazupan didn't care for. It was magic. The massacre of Sirius Nelf was not as written. Wow! This is pretty dense. Smart. You stroke your own imaginary beard and pretend to ponder the deeper meaning. Yes, intriguing. Zazupan and Friglish. Clearly there is some history there. Yes, clearly, but what the two of them shared went beyond simple romance. That's why it had gone particularly sour. This must be inspired by Dumbledore and his lover. Because Dumbledore was 100% gay. I'm not joking, J.K. Rowling actually said it. He was gay. 100%. Rose becomes increasingly more animated as she tells you about her gay wizard OCs, and she is far more interested in them than she is in herself. They share an intellectual bond, a mutual dedication to knowledge and the preservation of such. The goal of the learned is to amass their wisdom and keep it from general dissemination into the main populace of wizards. They fix their apprentices in drips and drabs. Of course, this will eventually lead to ruin. Of course! You flip further in the book, searching for the part where it leads to ruin. Ruin sounds interesting. Here we go again. Zazupan knew he'd like to see his wayward apprentice again. He knew the tide would turn and the sun would blaze with zenith, as in each inexorable day passed. Now they stood diametrically opposed across an overgrown chessboard. His apprentice's eyes were hidden behind dark blackness, but Zazupan knew that if he could see them, he'd be riddled with the madness of the void. Calamasis wasn't here for justice, or for revenge. They were here exclusively because Zazupan had something he wanted, something they were owed. He flipped through the notebook, checking out the drawings. There are a lot of wizards, each more bearded and venerable than the last. One of the pictures, the most recent maybe, since it's on the very last page of the journal, is of two young wizards, twins maybe. They have gray hair and are wearing slick green suits, standing back to back with their arms entwined, staring into the middle distance. It's very anime. You compliment Rose on her artistic prowess. Yes, thank you. They're all right. I'm a much better writer than I am an artist. You tell her that you think she's really good. Way better than you. You're absolutely positive she's going to be famous one day. I appreciate the encouragement, even though I know you're just trying to flatter me due to your strange thirst for affirmative experiences. John told me all about that. Damn, busted! But you really do think she's talented? It's fine. It's not as if my social calendar is over full. I hear in the middle of the woods. And don't tell anyone I said that. I don't have many friends. And don't tell them I've been drawing. I bet he'd be insufferable. He? Never mind. You assure Rose that her secrets are safe, and you hand her back her journal. You really are excited about your new friend, and if she might be so bold in her wizard stories. Although, wait. Hadn't she said that she hated wizards? What's your point? Well, you're no expert on wizards or on Rose, but it seems like she actually does seem to like them. Because she has several notebooks full of wizard fiction. You aren't trying to get, real here. But maybe it's possible that her mom isn't the only one in the family who likes wizards? Rose pulls her book out of your hands. That and the rest of the books vanish into thin air. Oh, right. That must have been what had she called it? A Stylodex? She doesn't look angry exactly, but the lines around her mouth and eyes had softened as she talked about her book may have hardened back up. Her eyes glittered menacingly. Oh, well, is that right, Freud, sorry. Why don't you diagnose me? Oh, hey, you weren't trying to be condescending or whatever. Clearly. Are you aware that it is a common psychological phenomenon for an individual to react to trauma by creating fictional representations of that which has caused them bodily harm or emotional dismay? To suggest that the portrayal of these fictional renderings somehow condones them or supports them is absolutely absurd. So what she's saying is that she draws wizards to cope. Oopsie! Rose rises regally to her feet. The lightning turns her into an ethereal silhouette. What I'm saying is that I don't need to justify my fictional predilections to you or to anyone else. No, she's totally right. You're sorry that she suggested that she might like wizards. It was horribly presumptuous and not at all the way a friend should act. You're so sorry. You promise I'll never have it again. No, I still don't suppose it will. It's probably just because Rose's hair is such a pale blonde, but it almost looks like she's glowing in the dim bedroom. Like light behaves a little differently around her than it does in everything else. Would you look at that? It appears the rain has lightened up a bit. The rain is hitting the window so loudly you're actually having trouble hearing her. And your point is? You just act yourself out where the weather is drier. Frick off. Uh-oh. We got Rose mad. Sorry, Rose! Alright, we're back. Let's go look for her this time. We really don't need to make her mad. Sorry, I'm enunciating, but it sounded like I was trying to say something bad. You're too anxious to sit still, and you aren't the sort of person who just sits there and waits for friend opportunities to just fall into their lap. Better to run headlong into danger, or as much danger as a minimalist, upper-class house in the middle of the woods could offer. Rose had told you it wasn't safe. Oh my god, I love the hallway too. You creep out into the hallway where a bunch of things happen more or less simultaneously. A deluge of quick-time events that you had no idea were coming. Lightning flashes in a perfect jagged line across the tall window at the end of the hall, followed immediately by a crash of thunder so loud you'd think the house might be falling down. Abruptly, all the lights go out. Oh, there's, Mom Lalonde, who, if y'all have actually finished Homestuck, turns out to be Roxy. Another flash of lightning, and for a vertiginous moment, you see a long, thin figure superimposed against the window. You freak the frick out, jumping about a foot in the air and yowling like a cat. A small hand lands on your shoulder and you jump again. Oh, hey, Rose. Calm down, it's just me. Rose speaks in a normal tone of voice and it's jarring. The voice is echoey and cavernous, and there's just something about a dark house on a stormy evening that just makes you want to whisper. I told you to stay put for a reason. It's too early for my mother to be soft enough not to notice random strangers in the house. I don't want to go through the tedious process of explaining who you are. You have a perfectly understandable reason for why you left, and that's because you were lonely. Rose snorts. Cold! You meant you were cold! Well, you are soaking wet. Follow me. She grabs by the wrist and tows you down the hall. You wonder if you should warn her about the strange wraith-like creature you saw by the window, but you don't want to freak her out. Although her mom might be at risk too. Whatever, moms are tough. She'll be fine. Probably isn't the first time she's gone toe-to-toe with a weird Slender Man. The house looks haunted as crap. Rose brings you to a dark laundry room and then motions you to take off your hoodie, which you do gladly because it is soaking wet. Well, that's interesting. The design on the front. It doesn't mean anything? Oh yeah, it is kind of cool. Blue line that zigzags on one end like lightning. Looking at it makes you feel unsettled. You realize Rose is still waiting for a response, so you just tell her. You just hand her the hoodie and you tell her no. You're pretty sure it's just an abstract sign. Then you stand there while she tosses the sweatshirt in the dryer, feeling the alarming currents of memory in your bloodstream. You're pretty sure there must be something you forgot to do. Continue to feel Rose Rose hits the dryer button and nothing happens. Frick. She hits the dryer button a few more times as if that will make a bit of difference when the power is out. She presses her thumb and forefinger to the bridge of her nose. Something I do when highly annoyed. Well, you aren't going to fit into anything on mine. She leads you down even more long, dark hallways. This house is unreasonably huge. Ask Rose if a lot of people live here. And no, it's just me, my mother, and a hoard of liquids not soluble in water. Here, try not to drip on the carpet. You aren't sure how you're supposed to manage that, but okay. This room is large and dark, and when Rose parts the curtains, a flash of lightning illuminates a four-poster bed, a long counter, and a shelf covered head to foot in bottles. This must be her mama's room. Why does she have a bar in her bedroom? And then again, I really shouldn't talk, because I've seen weirder crap in bedrooms. Stuff I can't really mention because I really want to keep my channel advertiser friendly. Even though I'm not even monetized yet. Rose vanishes through another door, leaving you to peruse. Yep, this is all liquor. Crap, this is a lot of booze. Here, I'm not sure what you want to wear, but I should work until the power comes back on and we can dry your clothes. Rose hands you a long silk robe. She won't miss this. I don't think she's ever even worn it. She has this whole closet full of fantastic clothes that she never even puts on. You take the robe and go into the large master bathroom. Kind of a mess. The tub looks like it hadn't been cleaned in a long time. Ew! The robe gives you the same knotted feeling of familiarity that looking at your hoodie did, but you put it on anyway. It's a relief to get it out of your wet clothes. You hang them carefully on the shower rod. When you head back into the bedroom, you find Rose standing in front of the wall of liquor. She's holding a bottle of Grey Goose and squinting at the label, like she's trying to read the nutrition facts. I've often wondered what exactly the merits of consuming these are. It tastes quite literally like burning. She opens the bottle, and before you can protest that she's in no means legal drinking age in wherever the frick you are, she puts the bottle to her mouth and takes a sip. She splutters. Blech! That was my face when I first tried alcohol. That's terrible. You could have told her that. Straight vodka isn't for the uninitiated, even fancy vodka. You take the bottle from her. She hesitates for a moment, then lets it go. You set it back on the shelf. This really is quite an impressive liquor cabinet. Liquor wall. Liquor room. Her mom must really have a refined palate. And don't strain yourself. You can say it. What's the point in mincing words? She's a freaking alcoholic. Wow. This is intense. You're not sure if you're prepared for something this heavy. You were kind of counting on some silly shenanigans. Maybe a couple of funny jokes. You weren't cut out for this. You get the feeling that at some point you might have been cut out for this. You might have been the sort of person your friends or potential friends could count on. In fact, you know on some level this is true, but whenever you try to nail down any sort of specific sorry, I was getting a drink. Any sort of specifics, you find a gaping lacuna in your experiences. It's all just white noise. Rose's shoulders slump as she stands surveying her mother's bottles. She doesn't even have the decency to hide her distasteful habits. Who needs an entire wall of bottles? She doesn't have any people over. She doesn't even have any friends. This is all just for me. It's more of a passive-aggressive act to the femme fatale 1950s housewife with a death wish. It's just like the wizards. Wizards? Don't worry about it. You know how long it's been since I've had a home-cooked meal? And I'm not saying that I require or even deserve a lovingly crafted culinary masterpiece every time I sit down to eat. That's going a bit far. I know John complains about being plagued by fatherly concern or attempted guests. He's overwhelmed by pastries whenever he ventures from his room. I'm glad my mother doesn't poke her considerable nose into my private affairs. I'm sick of eating oatmeal. Rose. I told you, don't worry about him. But you will worry about it. You worry about all your friends, all 2 of them. Rose smiles with half her mouth. It seems to be all she can manage. Lightning crashes. She looks so small and sad against this wall of bottles. You know how to fix this. Thunder rolls and you clench your fists. A friendship clench. You don't know who you are, you don't know why you're here, but you sure do know you surely have these powers for a reason. And what better reason than helping a poor young girl with her troubled home life? Rolling up your floppy sleeves, you get to work. What are you doing? You start with the dark liquors first. In your experiences, those cause the worst hangovers, and are more likely to contribute to the absence of hot, motherly meals and the overconsumption of oatmeal. You grab 2 bottles of rum and 1 of bourbon, which you tuck in one armpit. Then you zap out of the house into a clearing in the nearby woods. A couple of hours ago, before it started raining, you drop the bottles and go back for more. Are you just stealing all of my mother's liquor? Is this your solution to her alcoholism? Don't worry, Rose can thank you later. Sorry, I'm putting a flashing warning for this. You go for the tequila next, then the vodka, and then you get sick of this organized approach and just start grabbing whatever the frick and dumping it in the past. Rose watches you do this for a while, and then she hops up on the counter, crosses her legs, and starts texting. Wow, she's really so intent on her conversation that she doesn't even notice you fixing her domestic situation. She keeps giving you little fleeting looks, and you're pretty sure she must be talking about you. You should just let her talk. It isn't right to try and invade your friend's privacy. You attempt to resist the temptation, which you fail at immediately. Not even an overused meme can save you now. You sat behind her on the counter where you could spy on her private correspondence. I don't know anything about them. I'm sorry. And here was me trying to take advantage of your uncanny ability to make guesses verging on prognostication. I'm recently considering a reevaluation on magic. You really don't know who this person is. Maybe you should just... You go back in time a couple minutes when Rose started her conversation. Your past self is busily zapping back and forth, carrying liquor bottles. You hunker down so you don't see yourself and cause a paradox or whatever the frick. Oh, okay, it's Rose and Jade. I have a morbid curiosity to shine a light on my future. I come with a metaphorical hat in hand to ask you to consult your dream clouds. Do you happen to know anything about a strange cardboard cutout creature masquerading as a mailman? Are you sleeping? Sorry, I had to scold back because he's been acting really weird all of a sudden. Anyway, is this the same mailman that John was talking about? The fake one who hung out with him? That's the one. They are currently emptying my mother's liquor cabinet in an attempt to prevent her from overindulging herself. Oh, are they drinking it? No, I think they're just dropping it into the woods with their magic powers. Oh! Hmm. Do they know that you can just go out and buy more liquor? That's something you can do where you live, right? Yes, well, not exactly where we live. I think the nearest boozery is a good 20-minute drive. I'm not entirely sure where my mother got it all. We don't own a car as far as I know. Sometimes it seems like she has the ability to just make things appear. I don't know anything about them. I'm sorry. Okay, we already got this part. There's probably some real magic out there somewhere. Yes, for instance, the sort of that was just by on your hostess's private correspondence while you are stealing her mother's libations. You freeze. With a contrite zap, you reappear in front of Rose. She sets her phone down and props her chin up on a delicate chest. Sorry, you honestly don't know what got into you. You couldn't resist using your power for evil. Haven't you heard of with great power comes with great responsibility? Rose is right. She's totally right. You only had this power for like a day, so you're still not used to the idea of being able to just zap all over the narrative. Clearly, you did not appreciate the implications. Zapping all over the narrative sounds potentially stressful. Oh, you bet. You're incredibly stressed right now. Rose laughs. You apologize to her for stealing all her mom's drinks. That was kind of overzealous of you. No, actually, I thought it was kind of hilarious. I've never really been one for pranks. There's always fallen more in John's wheelhouse, but there's nothing wrong in occasionally stepping outside of one's comfort zone. Let's do the vodka next. The two of you begin working together to get the place cleared out pretty quick. You zap Rose along with you to the bright clearing in the field, and for a moment, she stands in a sunbeam, blinking up at a cloudless sky. Her expression says that she still might be totally convinced that any of this is happening. When all the liquor has been transferred from the bedroom to the woods in a big, glittering dragon's hoard of booze, you and Rose fall down next to it in a messy heap. Well, you've fallen in a messy heap. Rose lowers herself daintily, sitting more on her knees than her butt, probably to keep her skirt from getting dirty. You get the idea that even though she lives out in the middle of nowhere, she doesn't spend a lot of time outside. You tell her again that you're sorry that you spied on her correspondence with her green friend Gigi. Also, you hope that she isn't going to get into any trouble with her mom. I'm not unduly concerned. I'll just tell her where it all is in a couple days. Although by that time, I'm sure at least a good third of it will be water damaged. I'm sure this will have fantastic implications for our relationship, and now it'll exacerbate the emotional problems underlying her addiction. You laugh awkwardly. Well, now you just feel like an a-hole. Rose lies back on the grass and raises a hand to trace the curves of a fluffy white cloud. She closes her eyes. Perhaps it's just projection on my part, or wishful thinking. But ever since I met you, I feel like something has changed. Or rather, something has failed to change, if that makes any sense. It's probably nothing. Her eyes flicker back open, endlessly purple, fixed on the sky like she could see something beyond it. And once again, you feel like there's something really crucial that you forgot. But at least you made a new friend. And even if you don't think Rose's brand would ever allow her to call you as such, you're lying in a sunny clearing next to a pile of alcohol, and honestly, it doesn't get much friendlier than that. Alright, Rose! Also, that color of that robe, I want it. I love anything purple or black. Wow, we got that done in a shorter time frame than when we did John's route. Whew! But yeah, Rose has always been one of my favorites when it came to Homestuck. Because she's weird, she's different, she's awesome, she's so many words that I can't really put into like a complete sentence. But other than that, I really like her. She's always been one of my favorites next to like Jade, um, Dave, John, Jake. She's actually my most favorite of the beta kids. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I do ship her and Kanaya 100%. The Rosemary ship will never fail when it comes to me. So I'm going to get on out of here and wait for the next 2 episodes, which should be either we start with, the next one should be Trolls, or we pop over to talk to Jade and Dave. Let's hope, because I really want to see Jade and Dave, because those two are awesome. So yeah, Wet Pumpkin, props to the first 2 episodes. Let's get on into the next 2 when y'all are ready to release them. So I'm going to get on out of here. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button with a big old bibbity, bobbity, boop, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah! Stay magical, my friends. Oh, now that was tiring. I could use a nap.